Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chine. The Greatest Night in Pop is on Netflix. I'm gonna urge you to go watch it, especially if you were watching the Grammys in 1985 that Lionel Richie hosted. Do you know that night after the Grammys, that's when they recorded and made the video for We Are the World? Y'all, let's get into it because this may not be for everybody, right? And the youngsters, y'all can really learn something. Let's go. So if you didn't know how We Are the World was started, it was Harry Belafonte. They were saying in here that what was going on in Africa was so far removed from America. Like, we weren't on that. We saw what was going on television, but as far as doing something, that was about it. We were just watching it. So Harry Belafonte, I think he was over in Ethiopia or whatever, and he just saw the famine and just how people were just leaving here, right? So he gets back to the United States. He calls Lionel Richie, and he was like, it's time for us to save us and not wait for someone else to save us. You get it? Let's go. Lionel Richie said he is a night owl, right? And things don't start popping off from him until 1 a.m. He got a call from his manager, right? So he was like, Harry has called me. We need to help our people. Who can we get to help? So who else are they going to call but Quincy Jones? So who going to say no to Quincy Jones, right? So Quincy said, okay, Lionel, well, let me call Michael. And I'm sure I can get him on board. And you call Stevie Wonder. Child, the problem is they couldn't find Stevie. Like, we don't know where Stevie was. Stevie was not answering the phone. And then at the time, Lionel Richie was also supposed to host the Grammys in 1985. So Michael's on board, Lionel's on board, Quincy's on board. We just need Stevie because we need to write this song. Nobody heard from Stevie. So then Lionel Richie goes over to Michael Jackson's house. He was like, I realized we never worked together. And then as they're working, like Michael playing over there, right? And it's noise, and Lionel's trying to figure out what the noise is. Child, Bubbles downstairs, fight with a bird. Michael said they do this all the time. Then he has phone calls. He has to get his Grammy stuff together because he's hosting the Grammys. Him and Michael are not even taking this whole thing serious. So because Lionel Richie was hosting American Music Awards, they were like, okay, this is the date that we can do We Are the World. Because everybody who we will want to be on this song is going to be in LA. Prince is the one they wanted, right? But Prince said, who are over there? So as they are going through it, they're thinking about who is all going to be here. They had reached out. Y'all, they went and got like 50 cassette tapes and sent it out to managers and people personally. So they had contacted Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper, Bob Dylan, Kenny Loggins, Hall & Oates. Who else? Tina Turner. Like, they had contacted everyone. Smokey Robinson, he was like, oh, well, Lionel called me and I knew I was coming. So at this point, Quincy Jones is a man about his business. So he like, Lionel, what are you and Michael doing? Y'all need to put this song together. I need it now. So they're like, okay, we got to get it done because they're getting people in and they've come up with a date. I didn't know it was going to be on the date. Then I'm going to be working the Grammys. Oh, Michael, we got to make a song. So now Quincy Jones has told these two, Michael Jackson and Lionel, as Michael calls him, that we got to get this song done. Michael over there in the house looking for the snake, okay? He done lost the snake. Lionel in there trying to get the song done. And he said he hears a snake sound. And Michael goes, oh, Lionel, you found the snake. He wants to meet you. Lionel said, I don't have time for this. Johnson, y'all remember I told y'all they were looking for Stevie Wonder. They couldn't find him nowhere. When Stevie had showed up to the studio, ready to write, they got the song halfway done. Stevie's like, oh, okay, what a little attitude. Stevie was upset. Sir, why did you not answer the telephone? So then, you know, Sheila E. fresh off this Prince tour, right? And she's performing. And when she gets off the stage, Lionel Richie's like, oh, yeah, we got something going on after the show. And I would like you to follow through and sing a line, right? Sing a verse. Maybe Prince will come, too. She was like, oh, okay, I can come. And he's probably just going to do him like he always does. So in 1985 at the Grammys, Prince won 2 Grammys. won for favorite black song and favorite black album. That was the categories. That is wild. But child, what they were hoping for is that Michael and Prince would come together for this particular situation. Prince said, get somebody else to do it. So Michael Jackson was the first person that showed up to the studio because he did not go to the Grammys that night. I don't know if he wasn't nominated or this was just really important, but he did not go. He was at A&M Records getting ready for this We Are the World situation. So they getting ready to go almost, right? Lionel Richie comes out, tell his manager, we got a little problem. Cyndi Lauper said her boyfriend said, it ain't no need of doing this because ain't nothing gonna come from it. Lionel Richie had to talk her down off that ledge, and thank God she came. So everybody has left the Grammys. They have gotten to the location at A&M Records. Quincy Jones has a sign on the door, check your egos at the door. And like they couldn't have assistants or managers in there. So it's just like all these mega superstars around mega superstars. And they kind of got real quiet at the end. So Quincy Jones had to deal with all these personalities, right? Everybody talking when they get ready, don't want to stop talking, don't want to listen because they are who they are. So Quincy finally gets everybody's attention and he brings this guy in to tell them about what's going on over there in Africa. After he tells them that spiel, everybody, it just takes the room down 1,000 notches because now they realize that they're here for a reason. And then they get into motion. So, y'all, it's like 9 o'clock, right? So they had to get there, learn the song, rough it out, get the edges out, figure out who's going where. The arranger has already put people where they want them to be. Honey, it's a mess. Child, so it's hot in here. It's about 80 people in here with camera crew. So Quincy's getting upset because they're not listening, but they're, restless, right? So Quincy's like, hey, y'all got to be quiet. Diana Ross looks over to Michael Jackson, talking about, Michael, come here. Y'all gotta stop. Now, y'all remember Stevie Wonder got there late, so he didn't get to do what he gonna do, right? So Stevie says, I feel like we should say this, I don't know if it was Ethiopian or Nigerian chant. Child, everybody was like, what? It's already 1:28 in the morning, Stevie. You should have answered the phone, sir. But honey, Waylon Jennings, he could not with it. Child, Waylon Jennings says, this country boy ain't gonna be singing no Swahili. He has left the building. Now, like I said, Jennings left the recording, but he didn't return for some time. He has a credit on the song, but we don't know for sure if he was in there for the recording. But like he said, before he made his exit, he stated, no good old boy sings in Swahili. Child, they scratched the whole Swahili anyway because it would not be inclusive of other African languages. Stevie, you should have answered the phone. So now it's 3:07 in the morning, and they trying to get these lyrics together. They got it together. Ray Charles said, please don't change it, because my liver is getting bad. So it's 4:01 in the morning, and they have come back to Sheila yet again to see if Prince may come by, right? She was like, I don't think he's coming. And she realized that they kept her there, hoping he would show up. She was like, they never intended on her singing anything, and her heart was kind of broken. And she left after the chorus. Child, Dionne Warwick got over here singing with Willie Nelson. I don't know what was going on with the sound, the microphone. She couldn't get her notes out. It took honey, they were like, Dionne, are you a singer, ma'am? Like, get it together. Child, Stephen wanted over here to miss his notes a couple of times. Now he joking, right? Michael Jackson standing over here, a true Virgo, because he done got quiet and he is focused. That's because he mad now, because I'm ready to go. And now Quincy Jones has yelled at everybody in the room. Like, it's a hush. And these two still laughing. You want to talk about the star of the show? It was Al Jarreau, baby. He was lit, right? Stephen Wonder said every time a bottle would go out, he would bring one in. Because he wanted to celebrate all night after the Grammys. Sir, you got to get with it. Like, couldn't even get the words out. So every time Cindy would sing, they was like, it sounds like people are talking. Come to find out, child, it's all these necklaces and bracelets she got on. She had to take all this off. That was crazy. Now, it's 6:05 in the morning, right? Bob Dylan can't get his stuff together. So they take him over to Stevie Wonder for a tutorial. So Stevie Wonder is teaching Bob Dylan how to sing like Bob Dylan. And then he goes and sings like Bob Dylan. They all left the studio at 8 o'clock that next morning. And 3 months later, the whole world simultaneously played We Are the World on the radio. Bye, y'all.